Welcome to Universal Man. My name is Mark Weppett, and I'm here to help you sharpen your masculine edge. And today I want to talk to you about the 3 levels of decision making and how they can really impact your ability to show up as the man that you really want to be. So as you can see today, I'm out here at the park, and just as I sit down, it starts to drizzle a little bit and the wind picks up, obviously. So hopefully this ends up sounding okay, and I won't have to cut it off due to heavy rain. But the big thing I want to be talking to you guys about today is these 3 levels of decision making and how they can really help you show up as the man you want to be, as I said in the intro. So here are the 3 levels. The emotional level is at the bottom. We've got this rational level in the middle, and then at the top we got the level of identity. So I'm going to use kind of where I was at today. I like to use my own struggles and issues to try and help other people grow. So today I was really struggling with motivation, and I felt like I could make a video. I felt like I could get some work done, but then at the same time I was just didn't really want to. I was feeling kind of apathetic. Apathy, as you can see, is one of my big challenges. So anyone else who struggles with that, you're in good company. But that if I was going to just process this on the emotional level, then I would just act based upon how I felt. So when you're on the emotional level, you're pretty much in this state of reactivity where you do what you feel like doing. So with my guys who I help quit porn, if they're making an emotional decision, then chances are they're going to be watching porn because that's emotionally what they've trained their body to want and everything like that. So they're going to just follow that emotional impulse, watch porn, and it's not really going to serve them well. So emotional decision making is usually like kind of the lowest level of decision making, unless you've really kind of trained yourself in that area. And then at that point it can be kind of intuition and valuable, but that's sort of a different thing. If we're talking about just purely emotional decision making, it's not super reliable, it doesn't always give you the best results, and I wouldn't be making this video right now if I was relying entirely upon my emotional decision making. So the next step up would be rational decision making, and this is where you really stop and you think about what is best. Now obviously your rationality can be influenced by your emotions, and that's what we call a rationalization, where you kind of make up a story to support an emotional agenda. So I could say I could come up with some kind of story or excuse as to why making a video today wasn't really that important. Be like, no, I'm gonna make one tomorrow, all right, put one up, that sort of thing. And that's where the kind of rational decision making hits a wall, is that you can always come up with some sort of rationality. And that's why I like to rely on the 3rd level of decision making, and that is the making a decision from the place of identity. And this is where it can start plugging in to masculinity. So when you make a decision from a place of identity, it's not what do I feel like doing, which is the emotional level, or what's the smartest thing to do, which is a rational thing. It's who do I want to be? Based upon that man that I want to be, how would he act in this situation? And that's where you start coming into your own. That's where you start tapping into something really powerful, because if you can learn how to act from the place of identity consistently, well then you can start living from your ideal, and that's that's huge. It's major. If you can start showing up consistently as the person that you want to be and making your decisions from that place, well that's an incredibly powerful place to operate from. The big challenge here sometimes is when you don't really know how that ideal you acts, and that's where you got to kind of muddle around in those lower 2 levels. You got to learn how to translate your emotions into words so that you can understand them, and then you've got to analyze them rationally, usually based upon some kind of like hierarchy of values or something like that. And then sometimes you need to actually construct that identity, And once you do that, though, once you start really constructing this ideal, this picture of this person that you really want to be, it becomes your compass. It takes a lot of work to get clear on what your ideal is, but once you have it, it becomes this compass, this thing that you can use in any given moment to direct the way that you show up. And this is where I think a lot of the masculinity stuff is so important, because if you can construct a strong image of what this ideal man looks like for you, well then that becomes a huge source of information that you can use day to day, moment by moment, to help you construct a better, more authentic, more thriving life. So that's my quick thought for today. Hope you found it useful. Make sure you like, subscribe, check me out on social media. I finally got my social media stuff up. So stay sharp, everybody.